solving, but we're going to be representing adding and subtracting fractions. Okay? And we're also going to be checking for the reasonableness of our answers. And put your lid on your marker, please. Thank you. What does the word reasonable mean? What does reasonable mean, Lydia?
Like, not correct exactly. Like
True, okay.
like the closest to that answer would be reasonable for that answer to be there.
Okay. Mason?
It like a good option or something.
Oh, a good
close
option.
To it.
Close to?
Or like maybe correct.
Okay. How about
But close.
or it makes sense?
Makes sense.
Makes sense? Okay. All right, so we're going to read the first problem, and you can, you're going to use the tiles to help you solve. So we have 5. So why don't you two can use the fraction tiles, and you 3, y'all can work together to use the circle, the pie circles, okay? All right, not yet. Huh?
I thought those were magnets.
No, they're not magnets.
Because I have little foam ones that are actually like all skinny, and they are magnets.
Oh, yeah,
I
I've
only
seen
have
those.
one hole, and I only have one hole, and everything. So with all the fractions added up into their own circle, they all each make a hole.
That's right. They each make a hole. All right, let's read this. Follow along, please. Because during football practice, Juan ran 3/4 of a mile on Monday and 6/4 of a mile on Wednesday. How many miles did Juan run on these 2 days? Tell me something that you noticed. What's something that you noticed, Adeline? 1 is an improper fraction. Which one's improper?
6/4.
Okay. So if it's improper, what does that mean?
It can be a mixed number.
It can be a mixed number. It's over the whole. It's greater than a whole.
It
Good.
means it's 1 and 2/4.
It means it's 1 2/4
Or
in this
1
case.
and 1/2.
Or 1 1/2. That's good. All right.
That's 2 is half.
Something else that you notice. Nia or Landon, I haven't heard from you two. How would you solve this? Nia or Landon, what do you think?
You would figure out how much, like you would add.
You would add. Mia, do you agree with that? Okay. Why do you say add?
Because it says 3/4 of a mile on Monday and 6/4 of a mile on Tuesday. How many miles did Juan run on these 2 days?
Right, so we're combining the 3/4 and 6/4, right? Okay, I want you as a group, you guys use these, I want you to show me 3/4 and 6/4.
3/4.
3/4 and 6/4. Work together.
We'll put it on the wall. 6. Okay. All right. 1 3 and 2/4. Got it. Got it. 1
Okay, so we've got 4/4 here.
I've already got 1 hole and 2/4.
Okay, okay. Are y'all, so y'all need to talk and decide what you're doing, because I think y'all are all doing something kind of different.
We should do the hole and just 2/4. Then would it be yeah, it would be a hole and 2/4. Or we could do both. We could put both. We could both put 1.
Okay, what does this represent? A whole and 2/4, which is which fraction? 6/4. Good. Okay. Do we have? Where's the rest of it? Mason, you should be working with your group. Okay. Let's do this. Let's move this over just a little bit. All right. So consider. All right. You guys have all done your models.
Yep.
All right. So we're combining Monday and Wednesday running, right? Okay. So how much is it? 9/4. Okay. Anybody else want to give a different answer?
2 and 9/4.
2 and 9/4. Did you hear what he said? He said 2 and 9/4. Do you agree with that? No. Okay. Why? How many, Landon, how many fourths equal a whole?
4.
Okay, so let me show you something. Maybe it'd be easier if you did this. Is that a hole?
Yes.
And then we have a hole here. So we said it's 9/4, but it could also be what?
2 and 1.
2 and 1/4. 2 and 1/4. Okay. And you guys said 9/4 or 2 and 1/4? Okay, can you write an equation to show me how to solve that? Mason, I need you to erase this. Can you write an equation? So you're just adding 3/4. So look at your fractions in your problem. 3/4 and 6/4. You're just adding your fractions. 3/4 and 6/4. 3/4 plus 6/4. All right. And what did you guys say it equals? 9/4. Or 2 and 1/4. All right. Let's talk about if our answer is reasonable. So put your lid on your marker and look up here. What is 3/4 close to?
1 hole.
It's close. Is it more than a hole or less than a hole?
Less.
Okay. So it's a little less than a hole.
And it's more than a half.
It's more than a half. So that's good to think of. So we can say it's a little less than a hole or it's a little more than a half. What about 6/4? Mason?
It's 2 over the whole, so it'd be 1. Technically, it would be 1 and 2/4 plus 3/4.
Okay, so we know this is more than a hole.
Yeah.
This is really a hole and a half, right? 1 1/2, right? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is a little bit less than a hole. So is it reasonable that our answer is 2 and 1/4?
Yes, because 3 plus 6 is 9, and then you just put the denominator, whatever the bottom thing is
The
called.
denominator, you're right.
Denominator at the bottom.
That's right.
But then you see 9 is over
The whole
4. So technically, since we have already 2 holes, because 4 plus 4 is 8, and so 9 technically divided into 4 would be 2 remainder of 1.
Hold on a second. I want you to back up. All right, Landon, are you listening? I want you just said 9 divided by 4. We talked a little bit about this, how fractions is also division. When I divide 9 by 4,
You get 2 with a remainder of 1. So the whole number would technically be that, and the remainder would be right there.
and why do we have the 4?
Because it stays.
That is good too. I'm impressed.
Because its denominator stays the same.
And this is what we're dividing by. It's our divisor, isn't it?
The divisor.
Mason, I'm so impressed.
And
You made
9.
some good connections.
And 9 is our dividend.
Yeah, our dividend. You're exactly right. Man, you could have just taught this whole lesson. All right, let's do one more, and then then you're gonna go. Okay? All right. This next one is a little bit different, so I want you to see if you can figure out how it's different. All right. All right. It says Macy goes to dance class every week for an hour. During dance class, she spends 3/6 of the time practicing ballet and 2/6 of the time practicing jazz. The rest of the time is spent exercising. What part of the hour does Macy spend exercising? How is this different than the one we just did? What do you notice is different, Lydia? Subtraction, okay. Why do you think it's subtraction?
Because it says what part of the hour does Macy spend exercising.
So we're trying to solve for a part.
And it says spent.
And okay, and she spent, okay. Do we have a total in this one?
No. But we know the total is 6.
Okay, we do have a total and we know the total. What is the total?
6.
A whole.
It's a whole because she's there for a whole hour. And this time we're going to use 6/6 for our hour, right? Because our denominator is 6.
And because 60 is minutes is 1 hour.
Right.
60 seconds is 1 minute.
Okay, so what I want you to do real quick with your tiles, we're going to do this real fast. I want you to model this with your tiles real quick. 3/6, 2/6. But remember, you're subtracting it from that hour. So you'll need to have a whole. Yes, sir.
It's you could do 3 6 plus 2 6, then 5 6,
Yep.
then you just plus 1
I've already
6.
got
That'd
it.
be
And
the exercise.
You're right. So you could use addition and add up to the hour.
Yeah.
Yep, you sure could. Okay. You know what we could do? Look, why don't you lay it on top?
Yeah.
Lay it on top.
Nice.
Because we're taking it out of this hole, right? All right, Lydia. Have y'all done it? All right, so here's your hole. Landon, I want you to use my
One
model
more.
first. We can go to this in a minute.
Since
So-
we're taking away this amount,
But which fraction tiles should you be
we
using?
have a single hour.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Not the fourth.
we would have to take away this amount. So we would take away this. We'd only have 1 6 left.
Mm-hmm. So what part of the class has she spent exercising? 1 6. Can you write an equation to go with that?
All
Can you
right.
write an equation to go with that?
I'm gonna use some pretty hard explaining math.
Well, let's just make it as simple as possible. We want to be efficient, right?
All right.
We want to be efficient. Okay, I like how you did that. I'm gonna have you share that in a minute. All right, do y'all have this? So show me your model. 1 2 3 4 5. This is your two dances added together. So let me ask you this. Hold a second now. You did 5 6 minus 2 6. Can you tell me? Okay, so let's talk about this. You did 3 6 minus 2 6 equals 1 6. Now that is true. 3 6 minus 2 6 equals 1 6. But I'm not sure that that's how you would solve this. Because remember when we subtract from the total or the whole. What is our total here? 1 whole hour. What is 1 whole hour in a fraction? 6 6. So if we have 6 6. Oops. Okay. There's our 6 6. Now we are going to be doing 3 6 of it is what? Ballet?
Yes.
And then 2 6 of it is jazz. And how much is spent exercising? 1 6, which is what you got, but your problem wasn't correct. So how would you solve this? What problem was correct? Okay, you do the same thing. All right, let's look at this real quick. I'm seeing some. Yeah, I'm gonna let you share yours in just a minute. I'm seeing a mistake, and I want to make sure we correct it real quick. So look up here. Everybody, put your marker down. Mason, put your marker down. What are we starting with? 1 whole, a whole hour. And if I write my whole hour as a fraction, how would I write that?
6 6.
Okay, so we have to start with 6 6. What am I subtracting out of the hour? I have ballet and jazz. So what is ballet? 3 6, right? And I'm also subtracting out
2 6.
2 6.
From the jazz.
The jazz, okay? Now, you could add these together if you wanted to first, okay? 3 6 and 2 6. 3 6 and 2 6 together make what?
5 6.
So we can just go ahead and add those. And then I can just say 6 6 minus 5 6 equals what? 1 6. Now I know you got 1 6, but it's not because you're doing 3 6 minus 2 6. Those are parts. We have to add the parts together and subtract it from the whole. Okay? Now, real quick, I'm going to he actually used addition. Landon, explain what you did, and I'll write it on the board. What did you do?
3 6 plus 2 6 equals 5 6.
All right, hold on a second. I can only write so fast. So 3 6 plus 2 6. He added up the parts, and he got 5 6. Okay?
Then plus 1 6 equals 6 6.
So he is trying to get to 6 6. So he actually used addition, and he just added it up. Okay?
Then subtract 5 6 from 6 6. Then you
Yep.
get
1 6. 1 6.
I have 2 different problems.
Okay.
whole hour.
Can we talk about it later? Because I actually need to see another group. Okay?
Can I explain my one-on-one difference?
Not right now, buddy. Okay? You've already blown my mind enough today. Okay? You did a great job. All right, guys. You did awesome. Y'all may go back.
Yes.